architecture storage. He has become an expert on that. So Chase took the afternoon off to go talk to this group of people who's learning how to be the.
Let me help you out.
Is that my computer?
Yeah, it is. There you go. You're good to go.
I don't do anything, right?
Let me help you out there.
What you doing, everybody? All right.
You continue talking, Joe.
Why is that? Okay. All right.
Now I got you.
All right.
There
So anyway,
you
in this
go.
place, Dr. Crane's with us today. We're going to have a fun show. Dr. Crane, how are you?
Fantastic. I was busy yesterday after the show. Went to Geodis Park, watched Nashville SC. And
how'd we do over there last night?
0-0 draw. Not the best result, but they can improve off of it.
So what does that mean? I'm totally ignorant when it comes to soccer.
Yeah, no, when they tie 0-0 at home, that means the away goals count more. So because Club America did not win last night or put any goals on the score sheet, Nashville has the advantage in some regard when they go to Mexico City to play at Estadio Azteca.
Okay, is that the next game?
That is not the next game. The next game is Saturday when they play on the road at Charlotte.
At Charlotte. Okay. All right. I'm so confused about what they do.
That's okay. They're playing in 2 tournaments right now, so that's all you got to worry about.
Which one's more important?
Oh, we're not getting into this conversation again. Oh my goodness.
Why not, man?
Because it's 2 different tournaments. They kind of looked at as equal. I mean, I've told you this before. If there's one championship that they do win, it's going to be the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
So here, bottom line, just win games.
Yeah, bottom line. I mean, they lost for their first time this past Saturday, and now they're trying to recoup from that. Still 0-0. So we'll see what they can do against Charlotte. Wilfred Zaha is suspended due to yellow card accumulation.
You said he's kind of a hothead sometimes.
I did. And
what's his name again? Sumi Haha?
Wilfred Zaha.
Wilfred Zaha. I like that name.
Yeah. So
okay. All right. So who beat him last weekend?
It was Chicago in the Windy City. So 1-0. They scored in the first 17 seconds.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How long is a soccer game, right? 2 hours?
90 minutes.
Is it like
hour and 30 minutes?
Okay.
45-minute halves.
I mean, when it's 1-0, I mean, you're like, are you checking your phone like, oh, what's on Etsy?
Yeah.
Are you doing
don't worry. Last night, I had to do an invoice for something else. And I was like, all right, let's just write this invoice out while I'm waiting. It was very stale. Last night was for sure a stale match.
How was the crowd?
It was actually really good. They had 27,167 people there.
I mean, that place is beautiful.
It is
right.
Nice.
I mean, it's hard to believe if you drive by there. It's like, oh, there's a hot soccer stadium. And you go in, it's like, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, the rugby event will be there April 19th.
April 19th. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, the Major League Rugby Showdown. That's what's coming.
Are you going?
I am, yeah. Nicola texted me, hey, you want to go? Like, yeah, absolutely.
Look at you, buddy. So. I'm proud of you. Predators, is he forward? Brady Skjei?
Defenseman. Brady Skjei. God, I should Goal scorer, Brady Skjei.
Will join us 12:15 today, so we're looking forward to that. And then we have a special guest at 12:30. A lot of this NFL, the draft is 15 days away. We got a young man, though, that started the NFL quarterback club back in the 90s. The stories are great. He gave us a gift here earlier, which is not qualified as payola, by the way.
No,
it's not. We don't bring that up.
But that is a pretty cool gesture.
All these cards.
Yeah.
Ricky, look at these cards this guy gave us. These are very cool.
Clean-shaven Ricky, by the way.
Clean-shaven Ricky. I almost didn't recognize
You're
him
welcome.
there. Right, with all that. So, so plenty to get into today. All right. Our question of the day. It came out yesterday afternoon, and it was these pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, right, in Arizona at the owner's meeting or coaches meeting? What coaches meeting?
I was talking to a few people in the press room yesterday at the NFC game, and some of them cover the Titans. They were saying that it was not at the owners' meetings. This was a separate venture.
Yeah, it's the coaches meeting. That's right, which is separate and it's out in Arizona. And there are some pictures of Vrabel and Rossini. I mean, it's taken off, right? It's become like the hot topic.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I mean, everywhere you turn on social media, you see this now with Vrabel and Rossini. And anyway, all the memes, all the comments, it's absolutely everywhere. When I saw that, I just started laughing, right? And then she came out and said it was taken out of context, and somebody put a picture up where there's nobody around, like anywhere. They're on a rooftop, right?
Yeah, those Airbnbs in Sedona, they get you.
And it's taken off. I mean, it's dominating everything out there. I'm not surprised it's become the hot topic, but it's become the hot topic.
It has. And again, I was joking with you before the show. If it's appropriate or not, please stop me. But it just seems like it's the Patriot way.
Oh, zing.
I mean, it seems like what's happening out there. But I mean, again, let's not discredit what Mike Vrabel's done with those football programs. It's more the off the field antics that just always tends to bite the Patriots.
Right. So I don't look. It's just I in today's society, it's become the big story. So with that, that's our question of the day, right? And we're going to keep it PG if you can. All right, our question of the day brought to you by
Aries Tactical. Sorry about that, Joe. You caught me off guard there.
That's okay.
Aries Tactical is your question of the day. Sponsor your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters shoot for free. Just tell them Chase sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com.
Spell Aries.
Ares. It is not your zodiac sign.
That boy. Our question today is, what would be the name of the Hallmark movie starring Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini? 615-737-1025. We're going to have fun with this. What would be the name of the Hallmark movie starring Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel? You guys are absolutely phenomenal with your creativity. So let us have it. You can call in. Brando's behind the board today. You can call Brando 615-737-1025. Let us know the name of the Hallmark movie between Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. You ready for mine?
Yes.
Only Fools Roost In.
Okay.
It's terrible, but I don't care. Okay, Rossini, Only Fools. You can say Russ in, but whatever.
Yeah.
That is the name of my Hallmark movie. Do you have anything creative?
Yeah, I was going to go with Wholesome Bowls of Clam Chowder.
Good Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just because he's Boston,
Clam chowder. Is that where clam chowder is, Boston?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So our man Ricky's got one that which I love. No, I shouldn't say it.
No, probably not.
It's probably not. What's the comment? Don't do dumb blank to hurt the team, right? And all that stuff that goes on. And look, with Vrabel being here, look, we knew him when he was here and all the words and don't do stuff to hurt the team and everything that went on. I just think it's kind of funny. I mean, it's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right?
It's life. You got to live it.
It's right. I mean, in the social media age, I was not surprised that these pictures popped up, but, it was just how things go today.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Joe. The last couple of years when Mike Vrabel was in Tennessee, I mean, every time there was some big news, who was the one to break it?
Diana Rossini. Right? Yeah.
And you got to wonder, obviously, you build, and you've been in this industry longer than I have, but you build a good rapport with coaches and, GMs and so forth, front office people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to something like this, though, it's just a little interesting. And now that these pictures have surfaced online, it just makes you wonder, wow, it's jaw-dropping. It catches you off guard.
It is. And so, it was like front page New York Post.
Yeah.
I mean, it took off and everything. And so it was.
I got one for you.
Sure.
A bowl of Jersey Shore, because she's from that Jersey area. And bowl, clam chowder, put those two together. A bowl of Jersey Shore.
I mean, you guys, the comments already coming in. Steve in Clarksville says, a yard too far. Oh, my gosh. Mike in Las Casas. Mike, we love you. Mike's Hallmark title is, what are you doing with your hands? Starring Joe Rexroad, part of that, man.
A cameo from Joe Rexroad.
Oh, my gosh. What are you doing? You guys are great. 615-737-1025. What is this one here? Austin says, forgetting Diana Rossini. Oh, that's so good. Graham says, a Coldplay of a true patriot. Remember the Coldplay concert, right? And all that. 9070. Oh, man. All right. This is great. Should I read that one? Yeah. All right. 9070. God bless you for your creativity. We love you. It says the Hallmark title should be cut half of it off for the wrong ring.
Oh, man.
These are just flying through here, you guys. I tell Chase all the time. He knows it too as well. I mean, we have the 12 to 3. We have the most creative audience around. So we'll keep those going today. 615-737-1025. What's the name of the Hallmark? They're still rolling through. Name of the Hallmark movie involving Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. All right, we will take our first break. Predators defenseman Brady Skjei is supposed to join us the next break. How about the Preds? Hey, how about them Nashville Predators? Ain't they something?
43 shots on Justus Onanen.
It's like me on a Saturday night at Tootsie's. Hello.
Love it.
Right. Ricky, no, up or down, not bad. Okay, thank you so much on that one. So Brady Skjei will join us. Hopefully coming up next, we'll talk the Nashville Predators, who are on a burner right now after kicking some butt last night in Anaheim, 5-0. So we'll talk to Brady Skjei when we come back. This is the Omni. This is the Chase and Big Joe show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, right on 102.5 The Game. We go. All right, welcome back to the Chase of Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel in downtown Nashville. Having a great time. Looking forward to this. We've been, watching the Nashville Predators just rip up the West Coast last night. They beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-0. We're joined now by Predators defenseman Brady Skjei, who's live in California. Brady, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. How are you, my man?
I'm doing great, guys. It was a big win last night in Anaheim, and we're just about to get on the bus and go to the plane towards Utah. So it was a good win last night.
I love it. I know you're busy. Thank you for taking time out to do this with us, because there are a lot of Nashville Predator fans who have stayed up late. And I'm telling you, last night, Brady, from the group text I was in, there was a lot of words beginning with the letter F, followed by yes and exclamation points last night. Last night, what was working so well for you guys? You win 5-0, but it seemed like everybody was on last night. What was working so well?
Yeah, I think that just shows, like, when we're connected and we are making plays and coming out of our zone with the puck. And honestly, the biggest thing was that Big Juice stood on his head. Our goalie last night was incredible. He kept us in the game. The first period, I didn't think we were our best, and then, like I said, we started getting connected in the second and third, and finding some big goals, power play cashing in, and then just younger guys making plays. It was just a great team effort by us.
When did you know last night that you had them, that you guys were clicking on all cylinders? You said you didn't come out and play your best. At what point last night did you know, like, all right, we got this game?
Well, I feel like you never really want to think like that. We've shown that this trip as well, being up 3-0 and letting teams back in the game. So we're trying to stay focused throughout the whole 60 minutes. But probably that fourth goal when the third period started. That fourth goal is kind of the icing on the cake, probably, and then the fifth goal is obviously just a bonus. And then after that, you're just playing for your goalie and trying to get him the shutout, and we were able to do that, which was huge.
Brady Skjei's on the line with us here on the Chase and McJoe Show. Brady, I heard you mention right there, fourth and fifth goal. Are we just going to overlook the third goal? Come on. We all know who scored it. What was going through your head when you scored that breakaway goal there?
No, I saw it. I thought it was maybe going to be a 2-on-1, but I didn't know it was my D partner that was out there with me up in the play. So I just kind of started to get up in the play, and then I had some speed going, and Purvey gave me the you got it, and I went in there and shot and scored, and he kind of played a little interference on me, so I was able to get a breakaway. And pretty rare to see two defensemen on a 2-on-0 on a penalty kill. That doesn't happen often.
You were channeling your inner forward, right? Since you were a kid,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I have not played forward that much in my life, and I don't plan to anytime soon.
Love to hear that. The last couple of weeks, Brady, this team has just seen a surge of youth players. And Fedor Svechkov, Zach LaRue, two of the players that scored last night. One of them being Joakim Kimmel, who had 2 assists as well. What have you seen out of those young players that just exudes more confidence for this team going forward at the home stretch?
Yeah, they've been great. I think just energy that they can bring to the lineup is a massive thing. It was great. Yeah, great to see Kemi get two points last night. He's been playing well, just hasn't really found the score sheet that much. But yeah, just that energy that they can bring. We obviously lost some big character guys in our room at the trade deadline, and for young guys to come in, and it's tough to fill those shoes, but these guys have done a great job so far, and hopefully they can keep it going.
Yeah, another young player in Ryan Ufko. Obviously, Nick Hague not in the lineup last night. What have you seen out of Ufko that's just encouraged you guys as well in the locker room?
He's been, just very impressive. Just with, I think, on the ice with the puck he's obviously has a great skill set. That he's an elite. Puck moving defenseman, great power play guy. He has a ton of poise with the puck. That's what stands out to me. And then off the ice, he's a great kid. He's competitive, wants to learn, and he's fit in great with our team. So he's been a great add for us.
Predators defenseman Brady Skjei is on the Chase of Big Joe Show. All right, now we head to Utah tomorrow night, and you guys have done so great on this road trip. What is it about? It's Utah. It's a team you hadn't faced in a long time. When you're going, Brady, back-to-back so fast, how do you prepare for a team like Utah that you haven't seen a lot? I know you fly out there to Utah today. How do you get the scouting report, or you just go out there and kind of play your game but know what they're strong at, what they're not strong at? You got to learn this, right, in the next 24 hours?
Yeah, we try to get on top of it. I mean, our video coach Lawrence Filoni is one of the best in the game for us. He gives us a great scouting report before each game, kind of tells us what the tendencies are for the other team and all that. But you're right, it does happen so quick that, for the most part, you try to just focus on how we're playing and what we can do to be successful. So there are a few things that Law will point out to us, and they definitely help. And then, also we need to focus on our game and play the way we know that makes us successful.
Barry Trotz had told us one time that in times like this, going on the road is a good thing because it's you guys versus the world. And I got to know, shutting up Anaheim last night, that crowd had to be great. Is that how you kind of approach this? It's you guys versus the world right now?
Yeah, I mean, I believe so. I mean, I think it has that playoff feel right now for us. Where obviously this is kind of the time of year, like the sun's coming out, it's nice weather, and then you're playing huge hockey games. So the way our schedule is lined up, we're playing teams that are either ahead of us or behind us by a few points this whole trip, it seems like. So we need to be very focused and, need to have that playoff mentality going into these games.
Brady, when talking about Barry Trotz, obviously making the announcement he's retired at the end of the season, but what's he been like for a vocal standpoint in between games with you guys? How involved is he with just talking to players in between games?
He's great. I mean, he's very. If you want to talk to him, he's very approachable. Obviously, he's just a great guy, a great human, and we pass each other. Guys will pass him, and he definitely says hi and all that. He's been great. An unbelievable career for him, and obviously we're trying to make him proud and get in this playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you on this long road trip, how have you been able to kind of decompress and just take your mind off things, just trying to get too much in the weeds when it comes to the hockey games?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, you're obviously so focused on hockey, and you want to do whatever you can to help the team win. So it is hard, but I mean, I think this weather here in California that helps for sure. Seeing the sun and then the ocean and all that. So that obviously helps. And had dinner with some of the guys the other night. So obviously it's nice to do that and not always talk about hockey. So it was we definitely find a little bit of time.
Hey Brady, who picked up the check the other night at dinner?
Eric Howla did. He lost the credit card game, so he ended up. Unfortunately for him, he had to pay for that one.
Is there a limit? Like you can't order more than $40 in food, or is it free for all?
It's kind of free for all. With a little respect, but nothing. You get what you want for sure.
Oh, I love it. Brady Skjei, thank you, Brady. When you come back on Saturday at 4:00 versus Minnesota, the weather in Nashville is supposed to be mid-80s and sunny, so the Bridgestone's going to go crazy on Saturday. So thank you for what you guys have done. This city is on fire with you guys right now, so I appreciate your time, Brady. Go kick Utah's ass, and we'll see you Saturday, my man.
Yes, sir. Awesome. That sounds great. Can't wait to get back.
All right, Brady Skjei, join us now out in California, about to head to Utah to pound is it the Mammoth?
Yeah,
the
Utah Mammoth.
Yeah.
Have you seen their Zamboni lately?
Yeah, good.
Crazy.
That's fine. Do a slap shot and break that thing.
Yeah.
Move on, right? So thanks to Brady Skjei. Like the Predators, I'm all in, man. One game at a time. I am all in. I want some playoff hockey. This team, I mean, last night they beat the snot out of them.
Yes, they did. I've been on this train since November. I know people looked at me like I was a crazy head. Like
we did.
5 heads going off my shoulders.
Yep.
But this team is good. I don't care what anybody says. They have a old core and a young core. What we've seen in the last couple of games where this, like I even asked Brady about the young players, they're contributing in key points of the game.
I love it.
Last night, I think it was 4 first-rounders or 3 first-rounders got points. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy to think that now this young core is playing meaningful games for this hockey team, and you can actually build off that and not just look forward to, we might have a lottery pick after the season and look forward to next season with the new GM. No, what you got right now, go with it.
Right, and I hate if you get hit, you get beat anyway. I just drive the loser mentality for some fans drives me insane. Saturday matinee at 4:00, Bridgestone's going to be off the chart. If they beat Utah tomorrow night, which I think they will, because I'm one game at a time, I'm positive. They come in here versus Minnesota, knowing what it's at stake with 3 games left.
It'll be the hottest ticket in town, honestly.
I'm on it, man.
All about it.
We going?
Yeah, I'm
Or
in
do
for it.
you have an event to do?
Let's see, what's this weekend? The single digits or the 10th or 9th?
It's the 11th.
11th, the double digits. I'm okay. Yeah, let's go.
We
Yeah.
should go
Yep.
and have a good time. So, all right. Thank you, Brady Skjei. All right, coming up next, this is a really cool segment. We're going to talk to Ron Cook, who started the NFL Quarterback Legends Club. The stories he's got about NFL quarterbacks is just amazing. He'll join us next. We're live at the Omni National Hotel right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back here to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase McCabe off today, Dr. Crane filling in. This is really, thanks to Brady, Skjei, Nashville Predators for joining us. This is really a fun segment coming up next. We're joined by Ron Cook, who started the Quarterback Legends Club back in the 90s, and it's all the NFL legends and the quarterbacks got together, had a foundation, did great work around the country and over for many, many, many years. Ron joins us now. Ron Cook. Ron, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thanks for doing this. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah.
You were my childhood.
Yeah.
Right. Do you hear that all the time?
Once in a lifetime to even get to hang around 2 or 3 of these, let alone 32 of the biggest names that ever played the game.
So now tell us the genesis of how the Quarterback Legends Club started back in the 90s.
During the 80s, I did promotion work for 2 Dallas Cowboys, Danny White and Bill Bates. And what I mean promotion, I did their shoe contracts, I did their TV commercials, and I was just kind of a promotional rep for them. I had several clients that wanted close to those guys,
right?
Converse and Pony.
Yeah.
And in 1989, Danny White retired. I was doing all of his work. He retired and left the game completely. And about 6 months later, he called me and said, Cook, I'm playing in these celebrity golf tournaments, and I keep running into all these old guys, Hall of Fame guys. None of them are doing anything, and some of them don't have any money at all.
Wow.
He said, if I get them together, would you do the business part of a club for them, see if we can get the blessings of the NFL, and see if we can't get them some work, speaking engagements and that kind of thing. And I said, that would be a huge honor. When he started saying Johnny Unitas, Bart Starr, Roman Gabriel, all those names, those guys was heroes of mine. And so we put them all together. He got them all together. We met at Kiowa Island before it was a biggie, and had those guys down there and told them what we wanted to do. Said, would you be the board of directors? And what we'll have to do is invite people. And they came up with the idea of you only could be invited to QB Legends if you had started in the NFL for 5 years.
Okay.
So there you have it. I mean, that's a pretty big class right there.
Right.
And we ended up with 32 names that, unfortunately, a lot of people today, some of the young kids have never heard of.
Right.
But our age, my 55-plus friends grew up with them. And it was the biggest thrill because they're the greatest guys ever. I used to put all of them in card shows. I mean, the big thing back then was to go to a card show and have a Pete Rose or those guys sign an autograph a card. The football guys were friendly and would sit and talk to you forever. The baseball and basketball guys wouldn't even look at you while they were signing their contracts. So these guys were very, very popular in those card shows.
Well, I'm looking, at like Bart Starr, Ken Stabler, Jim Plunkett, Danny White. I mean, Terry Bradshaw. Nick and I were at an event 2 years ago, and Terry Bradshaw was there, and 500 people, Ron, and you saw this, starstruck.
Yeah.
Why were these guys larger than life?
I've asked that question 10,000 times. I've had people ask me that. I think it's because even on the last play of your life, there's a chance you don't get the crap knocked out of you.
Right.
I mean, the other glamour sports, it's not the same.
Yeah.
I mean, they're glamour guys. Football players get the crap knocked out of them.
Right.
Several times during the game and afterwards. But they were all just so down to earth. I mean, they'd all sit down and have a beer with you or talk forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. You had a great relationship with who I think is just – I've been starstruck twice in my life, all right? One time was a local celebrity here. The other time was Ken Stabler. I was starstruck, and I met him in the early night before social media. You were very close to Kenny Stabler. And people are like, oh, that's an urban legend. But from what I've gathered, all these stories are true.
They are.
Right? All these stories are true about Stabler.
They are. I got to be closer to Kenny than any of them. Excuse me. And I don't really know why. We really seemed to hit it off. And, he was always known as the bad boy. But his bad boy meant he stayed up late and he drank late. He didn't beat people up. He didn't beat women up. He was just you've heard the expression, how I used to learn the playbook by the light of a
jukebox. Yeah.
It's truly Kenny.
Yes.
But we got to be very, very close. And the last 20 years of his life, we were actually very best friends. I even preached his funeral.
Oh, wow.
It was just an amazing guy, really an amazing guy. And I loved him. I mean, I really loved him like a brother. He was different because the way he treated people. He treated everyone as though they were the CEO of the biggest company. You know, he didn't scooch up to anybody. People would stop him in the airport, and he'd stop and talk as long as they wanted to talk. He was something else.
That's great.
Really a great guy. And all those stories are true.
Oh, I love it. Ron Cook is with us. He founded the Quarterback Legends Club. And all these stories are great. I mean, you got a million stories, right? I mean, I think there's Bill Wade on here, who's a Nashville legend, and you got up close and personal with all these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bill being a Nashville guy, all the quarterbacks really wanted him in the club, and his health got really diminished in the last several years that we were together. But those guys always would come to see him at the nursing home, and he had several active years with us. That was really an amazing guy.
Yeah, when it comes to all these amazing players on this illustrious list, Joe over here, anytime he hears the name Manning, he goes into this weird Peyton Manning funk. I don't know how to describe it, but one of the key names in there, Archie Manning. What was he like as just a human being? Like you just mentioned with all these guys, they made you feel like you're larger than life. You're the biggest person in the room. What was he like in regards to all the other players?
The best of the best.
Yeah.
He literally was the best guy, and he was the best guy to be around. He would do anything you asked him to do. He had no ego whatsoever. And I mean, to put it in perspective of ages, I mean, when he was in our club, Peyton and Eli were just in high school and junior high and high school, and he knew they were good athletes, but he had no idea they were going to be what they were. Archie was the best of the best. Always an amazing guy.
So before getting into the NFL Legends Club, before getting involved with Danny White, why did you want to get into this type of industry?
I did a bunch of promotional work with Barbara Mandrell back when she was the biggest name in business. And
she was country before country was cool, right?
Exactly right. She was George Jones, yeah. But she used to have a celebrity softball event in Nashville to raise money for the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. And so I was helping her put that on. I was one of her co-captains to put that event on. And she was good friends with Danny White, Walter Payton, Ray Guy.
Yeah.
And so she would invite them to come into her play the softball thing. Well, I got to know those guys from that because we had a whole weekend to be together. And Danny White stopped me after a couple of them and said, do you ever do any promotional work for athletes like you do for Barbara and Louise Mandrell? And I said, yeah, I love, getting sponsors to back them for events and golf tournaments, whatever.
Yeah.
And Danny said, would you take a look at working with me? And I did. And I got Bill Bates to be friends with Bill Bates, do the same thing with Bill as I did with Danny. But I really started with Danny and did all of Danny's promotional stuff until he retired. And then that's how it kind of bled over into all the other quarterbacks.
Did you ever think it would get to this?
Oh, no, never.
Yeah.
And even when I went to the NFL and sat down with them and said, I want to put all these guys together and I need to get your blessing so that I can book them, but I want to be able to use the NFL logos, marks, the team logos, team marks. And at first they were like, I don't think so. then,
Shocker.
Yeah. But then when they saw we were really serious and that we really what I tried to do was put them together in groups. So when a sponsor would call and wanted to know, can I get a quarterback? Terry Bradshaw was the most expensive of any of them we had. Bart Starr was the second most expensive to come do an outing or make a speech or whatever. But then I would say, but you know what? I can get you 2 or 3 other names, not quite as big, but they got great stories and they're Hall of Fame type guy. And so the NFL liked that I was trying to promote them in groups of 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And it worked for 20 years.
Yeah. When we did the Terry Bradshaw thing, by the way, Ron Cook is with us, started the Quarterback Legends, NFL, all these great quarterbacks, man. It's it's like my childhood I'm looking at right here. Did you ever get it? When Nick and I did the thing with Terry Bradshaw, I took a moment, Ron, to look at people, Terry was signing autographs, of standing in line and how excited they were, right? Because it's Bradshaw. Did you ever take a moment to look at the crowd when a Y.A. Tittle speaking or a Bart Starr and just see their faces?
Unbelievable. I mean, these guys were really, really idols to a lot of kids and the kids' fathers. I mean, the fathers would bring them to the card show for the kid to get an autograph, but the father was the one sitting there with his mouth hanging open,
right?
Wanting to meet the guy. But let me tell you about Bradshaw. You mentioned him a couple of times. Bradshaw was the best public speaker out of all those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even Bart and Joe Theismann, those guys were pros. But Bradshaw would memorize the star players. If a company hired him to speak at their convention, Bradshaw knew the name of every one of the C people there, the big people.
Yeah.
But he knew the salespeople and what their records were and what they did. So I went to one at Opryland where he came out and spoke to a group. And about 2 minutes into the thing, he went, "Where's Joe?" Joe, and the guy stood up. He went, "Congratulations on your year. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. You broke every record." And, well, where's Manny? I mean, congratulations. And this is an Opryland where a big crowd was.
Yeah.
He spoke the whole time. Everything was personal, took questions. When he was through, he was wringing wet with sweat. Or he had worked so hard. But he was a great public speaker.
I did an
Everybody
event.
loved him.
I did an event. I think I asked 3 questions. He spoke for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he just took, but that's the thing with all that. All right, we'll take a break. Ron Cook is with us. He founded the Quarterback Legends Club. I mean, I got 1,000 questions before we come back because here's the thing, Ron. When I'm looking at this list of these legendary quarterbacks that you all worked with, I see my grandpa.
Yeah.
Because I watched in the 70s, we watched football together. I see my grandpa in this. I'm filled with nostalgia right now, which is amazing. So more with Ron Cook on this. This is a really cool segment with us right here. We're live at the Omni National Hotel right here, 102.5 The Game.
Oh, Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
That's right. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase off today. Dr. Crane's in. Fun segment here. Talk with Ron Cook. He was the founder of the Quarterback Legends Club, the NFL. Worked with all the iconic quarterbacks. All right. You took all these guys on HSN, right? And they had the trading cards and everything. Putting football players on camera is either the best thing or the most hilarious thing. And I'm sure you got 1,000 stories, Ron.
Let me tell you how that got started. We had quite a run with HSN and QVC. Word got around that there was one company representing all these quarterbacks. So we started getting a little attention. I got a call from QVC, and the guy said, we'd like to have Johnny Unitas come on air and sign the Duke footballs, the game footballs, and Baltimore Colt helmets. Would you put that together? And I went, I really can't imagine Johnny Unitas signing and selling his autograph on TV. And the guy went, wait. We'll fly you up here if you'll come see how we operate and then make your decision. I said, well, we'll do that. So I flew up to QVC. The president of the company took me into the room where all the stuff was happening, people calling in. And he said, just watch this monitor over here. So they were selling a porcelain-faced doll.
Okay.
And Marie Osmond was on the air.
Okay.
And the doll was selling for $349. And the guy showed it to me and said, see this number over here? I said, yeah. He went, that's the people that are online and have already ordered it. I went, oh, that's pretty amazing. He said, see this number here? That's the people that are waiting to get online and buy the doll. And it was several thousand.
Wow.
I went out in the hall, called Johnny Unitas, said get your butt to QVC and bring us a box of Sharpies.
Oh, yes.
Holy
He
cow.
was on air. We sold a tractor trailer load of Duke footballs and a tractor trailer load of Baltimore Colt helmets that he signed. The very next week, HSN called and said, whatever you did on QVC will double everything if you'll come down here.
Oh, my God.
So then I started thinking, oh, wait, instead of having just the individuals, let's do something fun. The first thing we did on HSN was a salute to Super Bowl I. We had Lenny Dawson from Kansas City Chiefs and Bart Starr from the Green Bay Packers.
Come on.
And we had like a Rydell helmet. On one side was the Chiefs logo, and the other side was the Packers, and those guys signed it. So thousands and thousands of those footballs, of those helmets.
Yeah.
And same with footballs. And I gave you guys a set of card set. We did a QB Legends set of cards, all 32 guys, that are collector cards. We sold 50,000 sets in less than an hour.
Good.
It was just great. So the popularity back then, people, the nostalgia, and just like you said, I mean, people autogram or some of those older names, but they were all part of this collection.
Yeah.
That were really QB legends. They were the legends of quarterback. But we had great shows.
Oh, I'm
Great
sure.
shows. Yeah. And all of them we did a salute to Raiders, never been done before. LaMonica, Plunkett, Stabler, and Blanda. With a real Raiders helmet with all four of them signed.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe it.
You had to sold tens of thousands of those.
We did.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Did you have any idea? I mean, you knew how special these guys were, but did this bring it home how really special these guys were?
But in all fairness, back then, collectibles were a bigger deal than they are today. Back then, collecting cards and footballs, anything with an autograph on it was a very big deal. So it was something very special.
Is there one item that you love more than anything else? I know that's a tough question, but
No, it's my Raider item. All four of those on a Raider helmet and a Raider football I still got mine at home.
Yeah.
I still got it.
I mean, unfortunately, three of those guys, I think, is LaMonica still alive?
No, he's dead.
So three of the four have passed away.
Yeah.
So it's just the iconic of having those signatures.
Just Plunkett. Plunkett's the only one that's still alive.
And you mentioned earlier, because I said an ignorant question. I'm like, how's the Quarterback Legends Club going? And life catches up with us, right? You said, unfortunately, most of these guys have passed away.
Most have passed away, and the ones that haven't passed away are they're in their 80s and some of them in their 90s.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of those old injuries are really bad now. So just got where they couldn't do the events, they couldn't come to the things, whatever.
Yeah, when you talk about the card shows back in the day, now looking at the current, I guess you'd say, card market right now, would you say this is probably the baseline of the reason why a lot of these markets are just skyrocketing through the roof for price-wise?
No question. No, and because of our shows, with the autographs, people started questioning, is that a real autograph?
Right.
Then some of these authenticators started popping up saying, we'll guarantee you, but we'll do a test on it, put it in plastic, and guarantee that it's the real thing.
Wow.
And that came from some of the shows that we did.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
As a
amazing.
kid growing up collecting baseball cards,
Yep.
hearing all about this, it just fascinates me how the evolution of card shows have just evolved to today.
No doubt.
Ron, what are you doing now?
I retired 2 years ago. I've retired from a company called Fish Bait Marketing. We did all the we sold sponsorships to all 47 of the college bowl games.
Wow.
So it was a great company, still in existence. But I retired after a long time in the sports business.
I know you seem very gracious and grateful you had this experience.
Once in a lifetime, literally, just to know those guys. And I mean, just out of nowhere, I'll get a phone call from 2 or 3 of these guys, Archie or just several. There's a couple that are still living,
Right.
that just want to talk about good old memories from the old days.
How did you talked at Ken Stabler's funeral? I mean, how nervous? Speak from the heart. I mean, how do you prepare for something like that?
It was so honored. I wasn't even nervous. It was just so honored. And Kenny died. I think it was on a Thursday. His daughter called me and told me that he had passed, and she said, "Don't say anything to anybody." He left us a letter that said, "I don't want the press to know that I'm dead until I've been buried."
Okay.
And that sounded like Kenny to me.
Right.
And she called about 2 hours later and said, "We're only doing a family graveside service. Will you come down and talk to us?"
Wow.
And I said, I would be thrilled. So my wife and I drove to Foley, and there wasn't but about maybe 10 people, his sister and their group. And they asked me if I would say something. And, it was I mean, I can't tell you how awestruck I was that I was standing there by Kenny's coffin and getting to tell his family what I knew about him, because, Kenny had a reputation of being wild and drinking too much and all that. But Kenny was a God-fearing guy. He was amazed at the bigness of God. He didn't like church, but he loved God. He used to sit out on his porch on Orange Beach and with a coffee cup and talking to God every morning.
Oh.
And we just had this very good relationship. I ended up writing a book because of a question that Kenny asked me. We were flying from Nashville to Oakland and sitting up in first class, and Kenny just being Kenny, and he just leaned over and said, "Hey, Cookie, what do you think about the big guy?" And I said, "What now?" He said, "Well, what do you think about the big guy?" And I said, "You talking about Madden, or you talking about the real big guy?" He said, "No, the big guy." And he wanted to know what I thought about God, and I asked him why. And he said, "Well, you talk about him sometimes like you know him." And I said, "I feel like I do, because I talk to him a lot."
Right.
And he was fascinated by that, but to the day he died. So I told his family that story, and he had written the foreword in the book I wrote, and the foreword was about how much he loved his wife. I mean, his daughters, and his sister, and I got to read that to them and tell them about how much they meant to him. It was really an unbelievable experience.
Last question, and thank you for doing this. You're gracious with your time. How were your feelings when you found out he got into the Hall of Fame? Was it the year after he passed away?
Yeah. Coach Madden was behind that totally and pushed it hard, and I got to go to his induction ceremony, which I wouldn't take anything for.
Right.
But it was amazing, and he should have been in there long ago.
I agree.
Before.
Ron Cook, thank you. Down the road, let's talk again. This is great, because I'm telling you, I see my grandpa here. This is wonderful, and it's a great feeling. Ron, thank you so much.
I love talking about these guys. I'll come back anytime.
Oh, you're the best. Ron Cook, Quarterback Legends Club, started back in the 80s, and it ran for a long time. Ron, thank you for that.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We have another special guest.
Tell me about it, Joe.
Right. One Chris Kirkpatrick from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is going to join us now and talk some football coming up. You might know his name.
I'm shaking.
You might know he had a little one-hit wonder back in the day. We'll talk to him about that coming up. All right. This is the Chase and Big Show. Ron, thank you, my man. More. We got more. There's a good crowd. Come down and see us here at Barlon's Omni National Hotel right on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to Hour 2 of the Chase and Big Joe Show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. What a great first hour we had. Ron Cook, Brady Skjei. Second hour, equally as good. Chase McCabe off today. Nick Frazier in for Chase as well. And our special guest, I've been trying for 6 months to get this young man to come down here. Welcome.
At least 6 months.
Yeah, right. Chris Kirkpatrick, you know him from NSYNC, joins us today. Nashville resident now. I'm going to call you Nashville native almost.
Almost.
How are you, man?
Good. I'm really good. Excited. We got the Masters this weekend.
You a big golf guy?
Yeah. Well, I think I love the Masters. I love the players. You know, I love they do Ryder Cup, that kind of stuff. So, but Masters is like something different.
You got a favorite golfer?
I mean, you know, like everybody else, I love Scotty. But we were just talking about it. You know, it'd be nice to see Rory get another one. You know, especially after watching that documentary. I don't know if you saw Rory's documentary that he had, and how hard that first Masters when he was up and then blew it at the end and just fell apart. But, you know, he seems like a good guy. It'd be fun to watch him win.
Could you tee off at the first hole at the Masters with everybody watching?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
And a nice shot down the field?
You didn't say that. You said, could I tee off?
Right.
I could tee off. I could probably take a couple people with me.
I don't think I could. I mean, that is like the number one hole at the Masters. Everybody watch. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I can't imagine their pressure that they have on them. But, you know, I've done tons of charity golf events, and a lot of times they'll have people on the first hole and stuff like that. So there is some nerves involved to that. Masters, that's a whole other level. You know, I would definitely shankopotamus one.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Are you a good golfer? I mean, are you consider yourself good, bad, medium?
No, I don't consider myself good, but I don't consider myself bad either.
Okay.
You know, I could probably hold my own. I'm probably 18 handicap.
That's not bad.
You
Not
break
bad.
100?
I could break 100.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Clubs or score?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I could do about that.
And we don't talk about how many balls I lose either.
I bet you get asked to do a billion things.
Sometimes it all depends, and with my schedule with this pop tour that I'm on, you know, it's kind of tough. I feel bad. There's some golf tournaments that I used to do a lot, and I've had to postpone them. And you know, every year they're like, "Are you in this year?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I got shows that weekend or something." So kind of puts those off. And when I was, you know, I've been here 10 years. When I was in Orlando, we did a lot.
I'm sure.
I mean, you know, every weekend in Orlando was golf. I think there was probably 2 years of my life that my job was charity golf tournaments.
How do I sign up for that?
Yeah. And I'm still not that good, so that'll tell you something.
How's the pop tour going?
It's going great. It's going great. We have rehearsals next week for it here in Nashville. We've got O-Town, BB Mac, Ryan Cabrera, LFO. And then we're going to have some more surprises come out. We're trying to get Mark McGrath back on the tour. He was on for a while. We had Smash Mouth out with us for a while. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a trip down memory lane, you know.
It's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when did NSYNC start?
Well, it's a trick question. The band started, I want to say 95 maybe. And but I had a band before that basically kind of morphed into what NSYNC is. Like at one point it was only me, but before that, you know, I had guys coming and going and quitting and coming back and quitting for good. And then, you know, I think when we got the roster that we had, there were 4 of us for a while, me, JC, Joey, and Justin, about a year and a half, I think. And then probably about 95, we got Lance.
And it took off.
I'd be lying if I didn't tell you you were like the narrator to my entire childhood.
That's
to
crazy.
be honest with you, like when my mom and my dad would drive me to school, NSYNC's playing in the car. This is back when the CDs were very popular.
Oh yeah,
you go to Target, Walgreens, get you a $3.99, $4.99.
Well, I can tell you're young by the fact that you said the CDs.
Well, yeah, just for the audience.
When you just say CDs, you know, we kind of get it. When you say the CDs, you're like, ooh, the CDs.
Sorry, didn't mean to age you at all. I'm showing my age more than anything, but just when you listen to music nowadays and you go back to your time back in the early, you know, I'd say late 90s, early 2000s, are you just in awe of how it's changed a little bit?
You know, it's always going to change. It's music, you know. I think what I'm in awe of is the fact that we're like oldies now. You know, that was the weird part, because when you're doing it, you know, you're the cutting edge or the newest thing. You're putting out songs that people are listening to, new sounds, new ways of doing music. And then suddenly, the next thing you know, we're doing meet and greets, and the moms come up and they got their kids, and the kids are like going crazy. The moms are looking at you like I have no idea. And now it's the same thing except switched. The moms are going crazy, and the kids are looking at you like, don't make me take a picture with this creepy guy.
And I knew the question would start rolling in every time that you're on with these. You know what question it is? It's like, why are you guys? And why is not everybody come back together for a union tour? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I get those questions every time.
Yeah. We're all in just different places. We love what we built with the brand, but there's a lot of, underlying things and issues that, kind of keep it from completely just happening. We all still talk.
Right.
Yeah.
We've had, a bunch of conversations. It is a brand. We understand it's a brand. We're not trying to, lose the brand name or anything like that. And we'll still come back and do stuff for things like that. But, you've got guys that, Justin was just on tour last year and he's burnt out.
Yeah.
Like it was a hard year. It was really difficult. I went out on the road with him a lot, and, watching him, I could just see he was tired. And, nobody wants to go right back out and do it again.
Sure.
So, there's a lot to it.
Yeah. So why did you move here 10 years ago?
I moved here because I love the town. I have some family here. I had a bunch of friends here. And when my wife and I would come to visit, we were like, we just love it here. We knew we were going to have a kid. Well, we thought we'd have kids, but we have a kid.
Right.
And, this is a great place to raise a kid. And we came up here. And one day I just looked at her and I had this huge house in Orlando on a lake. It was beautiful. But I was like, man, it was like Big Fish. I'm like, this isn't how I go.
Right.
Like this isn't the place. This isn't the house. This isn't anything. I'm like, let's move to Nashville. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah. And we got up, there's music central.
Yeah.
I think that's what's great. We built a studio down in Eagleville. I can go out and work with so many artists. And if you ever need road guys or anything, they're all here. And one thing I do love about it is the Nashville community, and I mean that in the music business especially. Like Nashville musicians are a breed apart. Like It's like everybody's just so happy to be working and to be there's no competition. There's no, oh, I hope this doesn't work out for this guy. It's all just, what can I do to help you out? And I love that.
That's great. When I told Nick you were coming on, first thing he said was, he's a big Nashville SC guy.
Yeah. Went to the game last night.
Told you.
Yeah, we found out our section was like right next to where he was sitting.
Yeah.
We love soccer. My kid plays soccer. My wife played collegiate soccer, and we took him there because a couple of his buddies were going as well, and he loves it's great. He's 8 years old now, and it's fun to hear him yelling at the field, going, "Why aren't they pressing? Why aren't they?" And I'm like, I'm like, all right, like he's getting it. He loves football. He loves basketball. Played baseball a little bit, and just I think a lot of times for young kids, baseball is a tough sport because if you're not batting, you're standing there picking your nose, and he didn't like that. He wants the action the whole time. He wants soccer where he's running up and down the field, basketball, running football, everything. So, but yeah, we became, that's definitely our team. Moved from Orlando. When Orlando, we did like Orlando City for a while. As soon as we moved here, we're like, nope. Okay, Nashville now. So Nashville, SC, the sounds. Love going to Preds games. Love going to Titans games. I took him to 2 Titans games last year. We have yet to hit a Preds game. Yeah, we have yet to hit a Preds game this year, but we plan on going before the end of the season.
I heard
3 left.
Saturday.
Yep, 3 left.
Heard Saturday's the hottest ticket in town.
Yeah,
I'll have to go.
We'll see.
Speaking of 2 Titans games, what do you think about their new jerseys?
I like them.
Yeah,
I like them. And they're kind of throwback, right? Are they like the Oilers a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah. I always love when they do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hated the Oilers, but I love the Titans. So I like when they kind of throw it back because, especially with me, and we're talking like I'm totally going to age myself now, but, Warren Moon, Earl Campbell days back in the day, there was just something mean about the Oilers. And then when the Titans kind of bring on that color and those jerseys, hopefully we'll get that mean streak. Who do you think they're going to draft?
Jeremiah Love.
You think they're going to get a running
we want
back?
him.
Really?
We want him. Yes.
You think Bain, his
I
arms are
take
too
Bain
short?
too. See,
Bain's arms are
we've discussed this. Put his game tape on. Watch Ruben Bain work.
I think we're in a day and age now when it comes to when you're drafting guys and everything. There's too many variables.
Yes.
Like they are, I'm a big Steelers fan as well. I remember Kenny Pickett coming out and they're like, "Oh, his hands." It was his hands were too small. I'm like, when in the 80s do you think some guy was drafted and they go, "Oh, look at Doug Flutie. Oh, he's too small of a quarterback."
Yeah. Right.
He'll never, I just think his shoes, he wears the wrong kind of socks. His underwear are too tight. It's like all these variables they throw into these drafts are just so strange and they don't make sense. It's about winning. And if that's what Titans need an edge rusher. If Bain fits that, there you go. But you think Love is the answer?
I do.
Huh?
We've talked about this ad nauseum.
Yeah, Uno, I just think because you look at what Robert Saleh brings to the table, you already go getting Jermaine Johnson, former edge rusher at New York when he was there. You have John Franklin Myers, another former interior lineman.
They did a great job in free agency this year.
Oh, yeah, and they still got money to use. They have
roughly
$60+ million they can go after somebody else if that's the case. I know Dexter Lawrence is out there. That might be an option.
It's always nice when a team is making moves before the draft.
Yeah.
And I think when I was growing up, I remember watching the draft thinking that the draft was it. Like every player that you were drafting was the best at what they do. You know, it's an unknown. You have no idea where these guys are going to go, but you see them in college and you think, oh, they're going to be amazing. They're going to do that for my team in the pros. But there's something to going out in free agency and getting those guys that have been there. They know the game already and just filling those pieces.
You from Pittsburgh.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's why you have your Oilers disdain.
Yeah, disdain. Bengals, Browns, Brands, and now Ravens.
Who's your favorite all-time Steelers player?
Ooh, well, I have to go with Lynn Swann. I've been to since '95. I didn't go to the '95 Dallas Super Bowl because the band had just gotten together and we were still working. But since then, I've been to every Super Bowl, and I always wear my Lynn Swann jersey. It's worked twice, didn't work once.
05, 08, and then the 10.
And then we lost to our quarterback.
Yeah, we lost to the quarterback.
Hopefully our quarterback.
Hopefully, what's going on there?
I don't
He's
know.
holding it. I asked Tim Hasselbeck yesterday, how does a guy get to hold a team hostage? And Tim said, well, because he is one of the top 32 quarterbacks on the planet, he can do that.
Yeah, and I also think, he's a pretty good fit for the Steelers. We don't need, anybody that's going to come in. It would have been nice to kind of make a little bit more of an effort for like a Kyler Murray or
Justin. Well, they had Justin Fields.
We had Justin Fields. We tried that. And that wasn't bad. I think they pulled him a little early. He worked the system and put in Russell Wilson. And, that just Russell's a type of quarterback, though, that he's great when he's younger. Like what he does fits his body. So now that he's older, he can't do what he used to do. Aaron Rodgers still got the gun, and that's all you need. You're not expecting him to run for 40 yards a game or anything. You just want him to scramble. You need to give him time and throw that ball where it needs to go.
Who dropped the pass of the game versus the Ravens in the first quarter? He didn't go to him the rest of the game. It was a under route, and he hit him. Was it Metcalf?
May have
Austin.
been.
He hit the guy.
No, because Calvin Austin had that game winning touchdown.
That's right. Yeah, Austin had
and
the
then
game
Rodgers I'm done with you.
Yeah.
First quarter, I'm not throwing you
Was
again.
it Adam Thielen?
No.
No, he wasn't there, was he?
I thought it was Metcalf coming across. He dropped the ball. It was a first down.
It may have been.
And he didn't. And Rodgers didn't throw him a single ball the rest of the game.
Oh, it could have been DK. Yeah. Now I think about it.
To add on to the thought though about Rodgers, he's just a really good game manager. I think that's what lacks.
He's got a good head on his shoulders. Like
exactly.
He's a smart quarterback with a good arm, and those guys can play. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Those guys can play for a long time. So it's not the old days where they're getting beat up and you're worried about them getting hurt all the time. You just need a guy that's going to manage the clock, knows his receivers, gets good receivers. Hopefully they made a couple good decisions in the offseason, bringing in Pittman and, some of the guys they brought in.
Yep.
And, we'll see. We'll see. And real quick to finish off what you were asking, I think Rodgers, I think there's got to be some kind of agreement in the front office with Rodgers that he's not going to, wait till the draft, and then when the draft's over, leave him high and dry. And go, you know what, I'm out. I think there's definitely something said and something going on that he could be the guy. I'm excited to see Howard. Will Howard. I want to see him get in some games. See what he does because he's built a lot like Ben, big kid, good
Yes, he
arm.
is.
It'd be nice to see him.
It was. All right, we'll take a break. Chris Kirkpatrick is with us. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. How many times you heard this song?
A few
A few times.
a few times.
Do we owe you money for playing this? Because I got a little money on me today.
Yeah, you owe me parking.
We got that. Chris Kirkpatrick is with us. Of course, you know him best from being in the band NSYNC. I see you guys sold 70 million records.
Oh,
Is that hard to, I don't know, comprehend? It is for me. Good Lord.
Yeah, I think the weirdest part is, and I have a lot of friends around here. A bunch of people that are on TV and stuff here.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, and
friend.
you go out and when we hang out, or if Neil Orn,
Yeah.
those guys, we go out and you see people all the time coming up to them and stuff like that, and it's really cool. But then I go to New Orleans or Chicago, and it's the same thing. It's not just in this little town, and that's when you start to go, wow, this was big. It's not just when I walk into Publix down here, or I'm doing something locally. It's I travel and in the airport in San Francisco, and somebody comes up, so that's when it really hits, and you kind of put it in perspective. Like this was crazy.
Yeah, I mean 70 million, all that. So that's the cool thing to do that. And I mean, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like, oh, that was another. You embrace it because it was a special time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and go, well, I don't ever talk about the band or anything.
Right.
I mean, I'm on this tour that I do the songs. It's not like I'm going on. Here's a new song I wrote, bathroom break time. So we do the old songs, but it was a great time. It was fun, and I put together a bunch of guys that we've remained friends for a long time, and I grew up with 4 sisters, no brothers, but I always feel like I have 4 sisters and 4 brothers.
Oh, that's very cool. You guys did the Super Bowl, right? What year was that? Was that 2000?
2000
or the 2001 Tampa?
Yep. Tampa. It was Baltimore Giants Super Bowl. Yep.
Were you able to watch any of the game?
After halftime.
After halftime, right?
Yeah, since we did the halftime, it was like after halftime I went up and got to watch some of the game, and it was tough for me. I mean, I guess I would have been Giants because it was the Ravens.
Yeah.
And when they're in your division, we're not so much Colts fans around here, and we've got some teams that are in your division that you always kind of root against.
Yeah, I still have a problem with the Steelers, and I know you're a Pittsburgh guy. In 1983, when they passed over, drafted who I think is the greatest quarterback of all time, Dan Marino.
Yeah, I think that's why they made up for it and got Kenny Pickett. They didn't want to do it again. They didn't want to find a Pitt quarterback and go, well, we did it again.
We looked
over a Pitt quarterback, and now he's this great. And I kind of feel bad for Kenny. I think, there's a lot of pressure on that kid when he came in, and, I think he could still be a quality quarterback. But Pittsburgh is a football town. But if I can kind of pivot for a second,
sure.
I do want to say this is the first year since probably 1990 that I might have to watch some baseball games, because there's something going on right now in Pittsburgh.
Oh no!
He loves Dr. Crane loves the Pirates.
I see you're a Cardinals fan. That's too bad.
Hey, easy now. Youngest team in baseball.
But he loves Paul. He loves Paul Skeens.
Pirates are right there now. That kid Connor Griffin. Oh man, he's a beast. Yeah. I've got my kid's 8 years old, and I've always, he was born here in Nashville, so right at St. Thomas. So it's like he's allowed to be, we're Titans fans, we're Preds fans, we're Sounds fans, we're Nashville SC fans, and he can like whoever he wants, but he definitely has to like my teams too.
Yeah.
And it's funny because watching him and hearing him talk about the teams now is great. And this is the first time I was always like, all right, we love football and we love hockey. That's what we love. And now this year, actually last night when we were on the way to the Nashville game, I told him, I'm like, hey, bud, I think this year me and you might have to go up to a Pirates game. I think there's something special going on this year. And it is, the Pirates have been a team for 30 years who have had the Jason Kendalls, these guys that come in and they're great players for them, but that's all they have. And then as soon as their contract's up there with the Yankees or the Dodgers or, somebody that's going to pay them. But this year, there's a bunch of guys on that team, and there's a buzz that I can see on the feed. They got the traffic cones now. There's something going on, something different.
They've held on to all their prospects.
Yeah.
Henry Davis is one of the top prospects as a catcher.
which they
Obviously-
never do.
Yeah,
they never do. They trade him away.
And they also have
For
Paul,
nothing.
Paul Skeens. Let's not forget about him.
Your boy signed today. The 9-year.
Yeah, Connor Griffin, the guy you're
Mhm.
talking about, you alluded to. I don't know if the money is going to be worth it in the long run, but I understand why they did it because everybody's expecting the salary cap in 2027, the lockout.
Mhm.
So I was reading online that apparently if you signed a long-term deal before December 1st, all those contracts are grandfathered in.
Okay.
So that's kind of one of the reasons why Pittsburgh did that. It's genius from a front office standpoint. It's just a matter of if the player will pay off by then. And again, he's 19 years old. He's out of, I think, Columbus, Mississippi. I mean, he's the stature of Aaron Judge, 6'7",
He's a baller
200 pounds.
as a shortstop.
Yeah, as a
Wait,
shortstop.
he's 6'7" shortstop?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
He's a baller.
And let's not
he's
forget-
got a great head on his shoulders too.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing when you have a guy that's 19 years old and understands he feels like he's a vet already. That's big.
Can you name the outfield back in 1990?
Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, Andy Van Slyke,
The greatest, right?
Chico Lean, Jeff King,
Yes.
Orlando Merced, Spanky LeVire, Doug Drabeck, Tim Wakefield.
Tim Wakefield. Was John Smiley on that team?
John Smiley was on
Okay.
that team. I think that was it, right? I get the whole.
You got
Jay Bell.
Jay Bell.
Jay Bell.
How could we
Miss
forget Jay Bell?
Love
Yeah.
me some Jay Bell.
Yeah.
I
that's-
remember in tears. Barry Bonds was last one up, and we were losing. And he hit into an out or something like that, and we lost the game. And I was just like, because that was our year. And then, then the mass exodus happened, and the Mets are still paying Bobby Bonilla.
They are still playing. Remember the day Leland jumped Barry Bonds' butt at spring training because he wasn't hustling?
I know. I love me some Jimmy Leland.
Right?
I was even a fan of Detroit when he went up to Detroit. I love Jimmy Leland.
Yeah, that was so they won 90, 91, and 92. They won the East, and then
Yep.
the Reds got him. The
Braves.
Braves got him.
Sid Bream hobbling around third base. I can see it. I can see it.
Oh man,
Hurts so bad. And Sid played for the Pirates the year before.
that's right. He sure did. Yeah, yeah. And then so after that, I mean, it went straight to
Yeah.
where.
That's when Wakefield, Bonds, Bonilla. Still kept Van Slyke. Van Slyke was always my favorite. Like I played outfield when I played in high school, and I love me some Andy Van Slyke.
Did you get to know those guys as your career went on and doing
No.
pro-ams? None of those guys?
No, they were all pretty much out of there. We did get to meet when we played a show in San Francisco. Barry Bonds came to the show and brought baseballs that I still have signed, and I'm the only one that was like. So in our band, there's only really, I think 2.5 of us that are sports guys. It's Justin and I, and the half I would give to JC because he watches, but he's not into
Right.
sports. And Joey and Lance just are like yay sports.
So who's the one player that you saw would be starstruck today?
Any player?
Any player?
Any player? Oh, geez, I don't know. I'd probably go with like somebody crazy like Tiger, or maybe Tom Brady. We actually ran into Tom Brady at the Derby the first year the Patriots won that crazy Super Bowl, and we were talking to him, and me and my uncle were just screaming at him about the Steelers and joking around, having a good time. And he had some choice words, and I was just like, look at this young kid talking bad about my Steelers. What's he gonna do? We've got a dynasty,
Right.
and all these things. And this kid wins one Super Bowl. Whoops.
Yeah. And then he goes on and wins,
Yeah.
7 total? He got all that? Yeah.
Yes, 7. He's got more individually than any team.
That's right. He sure does. Yeah.
Crazy.
But you got Nick happy with your Pirates talk, though.
he was smiling.
yeah,
I mean,
He's
come on.
he's been on a Pirates bender now for a while.
Yeah, I'm just a big Paul Skeens fan.
Yeah,
man.
me too. Me too. I actually got to watch him 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I was doing my podcast out of we were in Omaha. And while we were there, it happened to be the College World Series.
Yeah.
It was LSU, Florida. And a really good buddy of mine, his son, Dylan Cruz, was playing for LSU in the outfield, and Paul Skeens was pitching. So I got to go, went out to dinner with my buddy and Dylan. And it was a fun weekend. And the worst, again, if you ever want advice from me on sports, do the opposite of what I tell you. Because I remember talking to him, and it was mostly because, so close to Dylan and everything. But I was like, Pirates had the first round pick that year, and I was like, man, they're going to go with Skeens. They need to get Dylan. Dylan's the man. I think it was just because I wanted free tickets to the Pirates. Dylan's such a great ball player,
Right.
too. He's so fun to watch.
Plays for the Nationals. Dylan
Yep.
Cruz. Yeah.
Yep.
But Skeins. All right, we'll take another break. Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC is with us. We've claimed him now as a Nashville native, which is I have the authority to do that, Chris. So you're good now. More with Chris Kirkpatrick. We're live at Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. Welcome back here to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Our special guest this hour, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, Nashville native. We awarded him that title today during the show. You're welcome, buddy.
Honorary.
Yeah,
Yes.
no. You're one of us now. You've
You
been
are
here
one of
10
us.
years, and you care, and you can name players on teams in Nashville, so you qualify as a sports fan
Yeah.
and as a Nashville native,
When-
right?
I heard you say oil instead of oil. You're Nashville.
Oh
You're
yeah.
not right.
Well, in Pennsylvania, I was born in Clarion, which is north of Pittsburgh, and I grew up in Oil City. And everybody makes fun of me. My wife makes fun of me. My kid, actually driving the other day, my kid was like, "Dad, is it oil or oil?" And I was like, "Well, it's oil, but it's oil because
Oh, yeah.
when you lived in Oil City, nobody called it Oil City.
Yeah.
It was Oil City.
Yeah.
So that translated into everything I said, and it's not even really an accent because it's kind of the only area that people say oil up there, but just always said oil.
Welcome. You hit on something there. We were talking in the break, which the question, you were in Orlando when Shaq arrived.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
Yeah, it was nuts. And I was in, and those were the years with Horace Grant, Penny Hardaway, because remember the next year they had that crazy, they picked up Chris Webber, swap with Anthony Hardaway, and that team made it to the playoffs, and it was the first time, a team like that in Orlando had done something like that, and that's the only team they had.
Right.
All they had was the basketball team, and that place was electric. It was like, and Nashville's like that too. Mm-hmm. Nashville's like that. Pittsburgh's like that. These fun sports towns, like Nashville's such a great fun sport. The year that the Preds went all the way to the final,
17,
this place was electric. When the Titans went to the Super Bowl, it was electric. There was so much going on, and winning does that. Winning does that to a place, and when you're in a football season and you're only one of 4 teams or one of 2 teams still playing, you're going to wear your Titans gear. You're going to go out and celebrate, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm sure you've run in the Shack. I mean, he's absolutely gigantic.
Yeah, we actually recorded one of our first songs at Shaq's house.
And, wow.
Yeah, he had,
what?
Yeah, he had a studio at his house.
Oh, man.
And he had this giant pool house, and in this pool house he had a SSL board. It was a huge studio, and we went in there and recorded. And JC and I had finished early, and Joey and Justin were doing their parts later, and that's when Shaq showed up. And JC and I had already got back to our house.
Oh.
And we were sitting at the house together, and we were so bummed out that we just missed Shaq.
Yeah. What was it? Is with the Amway Center? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it used to be the Amway Center. Yep. So I met my wife. My wife worked for the Orlando Magic.
No way.
Yep. She was on the scorers table. She did all the game presentation and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that had to be fun. I mean, watching the genesis of Shaq in the NBA
Unbelievable.
with Orlando. I mean, come on.
I mean, he's one of those names, it's like Michael Jackson or something like that. But again, it's always funny to me, like even with the name NSYNC, I got to see some of these in the very beginning. Shaq. I remember when Shaq was coming in right out of LSU, it was like, Shaq? His name is Shaq, like a shack, like a little wooden shack. I don't
right.
And you're putting it together, and now it's, it's like Webster's dictionary stuff. It's like obvious.
Yeah.
But back then it was like Shaq, and Penny was so sweet. Like just when he, out of Memphis, when he came out of when he'd be on the court, it was just so smooth. And Dennis Scott. They had some great players on that team.
That was a fun time because all Dennis Scott do out of Georgia Tech was shoot threes.
Yeah,
and made half of them.
Yeah, he's actually a good friend of mine, and every time I'm on a flight, I usually request 3D, and I always take a picture of it and send it to him every time. And he's like, "There we go again."
Chris Kirkpatrick is with us here at the Omni National Hotel.
You mentioned Michael Jackson. I every time I hear that, I think of the 2001 MTV Awards. Mm-hmm. You guys shared the stage with one of the greatest performers of all time.
Yeah.
What was that like?
The greatest performer of all time. I mean, I think there's nobody better than Michael. You talk about like awe moments where you can sit there talking to someone and you're just not even understanding what you're saying because you're just like, this person's like a real life person. You want to pinch them. Like there's no way that person's real. And that was, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan from Off the Wall and The Wiz and the Jackson 5. And then when Thriller came out, it was like, oh my God, he became this, huge icon. And he was amazing. Like just everything about him was amazing. I think the people around him were nuts. And I think if he had different people around him, and I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus, but if he had different people around him, I think his life would have been a lot different. And we'd know him in a lot different light because he had a lot of yes men. And in our business, that's one of the scariest thing is when you surround yourselves with yes men and you become this, a detached from reality person, you change into this thing that nobody's telling you no. Nobody's saying this is probably not a good idea to do because they don't want to get fired or let go. And
Yeah,
it's really scary. That's how we have all these problems in the business today.
that's true. And did he give you any advice back then when you guys were in your prime of your careers?
No, there was, we did a lot with him. We did a song with him. We got to perform a couple times with him. He did like a big benefit right after 9/11 that we did with him. We did that award show. We did his Jackson's 40th special, which looking back on it, I'm like, oh my God, I remember how old I was. Like, man, Jackson 540, or maybe it might have even been 30 for all I remember. It could have been 30-year special. I don't know, 2000. Yeah, it probably was 30.
Yeah.
30.
It was their 30th anniversary, and I was like, man, that was a long time. And now we are coming up. We're on our 30th anniversary. I'm like, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
The older I get, the faster time goes.
Right? Isn't that crazy? All right, we're taking our final break here with Chris Kirkpatrick. We come back. You are tied in the Nissan Stadium. Do you know where I'm going with this?
We opened it. Did we open it?
Maybe. Yeah. We'll talk about that when we come back with Chris Kirkpatrick. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel right on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the final segment here with Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC here at the Omni National Hotel down there. All right, Chris, May 14th, 2000, you guys played Nissan Stadium. Cisco opened for you guys when you were over there. So there's this thing now where people are like, bring back the acts. Like George Strait was one of the first ones. You guys were. So there you go, man. You're tied into the Nissan Stadium, which is going to be knocked down in the next year.
I love it. I love it. That's such good history, and that's so cool. We actually, same thing happened up in Pittsburgh. We played Three Rivers.
No.
So we played Three Rivers Stadium, and I remember being from there. The Post-Gazette the next week put out front page of the Post-Gazette said, Pittsburgh says bye to Three Rivers Stadium. And then we were the first thing in Heinz Field. So, or whatever they call it.
Acrisure
Stadium. I still would call it
Still
Heinz Field.
Still Heinz Field.
Still Heinz.
You talked about you didn't have the easiest time growing up. I mean,
No.
you didn't have a lot of money. You lived in your car, all that stuff. To see you close Three Rivers Stadium in your life from where you started to close that, I mean, that had to be just an emotional roller coaster.
Well, especially with my family there. You know, my mom, my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents were all there. And for them to be around that, because when we were growing up in trailer parks and in a suburban and, you know, living as hard as we had it, you never would have thought something like this would happen. And we were all from the area, so we were all Pirates fans. We were all Steelers fans. And at the time, they both played at Three Rivers. So it was really cool. I remember when we walked into that place, you know, doing a lot of the fun ones, like, you know, here when it was brand new, when you still smelled new and everything was great. You know, you walk into those places and you just look around in awe. And it is kind of humbling and at the same time where I'm driving with a bunch of my buddies that are musicians or whatever. And if we're in Nashville or in some town, sometimes Nashville, you know, you're driving around and looking at a bar and they're like, oh man, I played that place. And they're like, yeah, I played that place. And you go by the stadium. I'm like, yeah, I played that place. You know, it's kind of cool that, you know, it was such a great time. It was a great time for music. It was a great time in the world where everything was just crazy and positive and upbeat, and we didn't have, you know, all this, you know, drama now that we have, which is tough.
Well, I was raised by a single mom. You're raised by a single mom. What is it about with your son today, and you grew up without a father, that you want him to have?
Me. You know, I think I just presence, you know, me being around. My dad came to, I had one minor league baseball game, and by minor league, I mean like they called minor league before Little League in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I had one game that he actually made it to, and I got beamed with a pitch, and I cried on my way to first base, and I was trying to hold it back because it's the only game, you know, he saw me play. And I played in high school, I played football, played basketball, but I just want to be present, and I want him, you know, you got to be that figure and support him and go to his soccer games, go to his basketball games, went to all his baseball games, and just be around, because it's I did think of it the other night. He was laying there on my shoulder or something like that, and I just thought how comfortable it was to have him laying on my shoulder. And then I thought how strange it is for me to, like, you know, and I love my dad to death, but like even like hugging my dad, it's kind of like, oh, I'm hugging this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas my son, he's like, I'm hugging my dad.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. So it's just being present with him and making sure that he sees it.
As like a friend of mine would tell me, he's like, you learned nothing from your dad because he wasn't around. I said, oh, I learned how not to be him.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that. Like I wouldn't say how not to be my dad, because my dad was just a different person. You know, my mom was 16, my dad was 19 when I was born, and it was like a high school thing. And I don't think he had that gene in him that he wanted to be a dad. And I don't hold that against him. He's one of my really good friends. I love him to death, and you know, so I wouldn't say that I look at him like, oh, you know, that's not what I'm going to do, or that's what I don't want to do, because he's a great grandpa to my kid too. I just think it's that I want to be around for my kid. And I want to be in his life.
Last question before you go. AFC Championship game. It's Pittsburgh and the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you taking?
Oh, that's not a question. Well, you do know, like I said, we've been here 10 years.
All right.
So if you think back 10 years ago, there was an NHL series.
Sure.
That happened to be the Stanley Cup Finals, and it was the Penguins and it was the Predators. And I was so excited. Ooh, sorry, my phone just
Siri's
my
going to get on you
phone's
now.
answering. And we'd been to a bunch of Preds games that year, and we're loving the Preds. I was going, having a great time. That was the big Catfish year and everything. Met Catfish Joe, and my sister, who is a diehard Pittsburgh fan, is texting me. I want to see what you're wearing on that first game, because I was telling her, I was like, this is difficult. I love the Penguins, but another thing was the Penguins just won it the year before.
That's right.
So I was like, if the Penguins lose, it would be great, because the town, like I said, was amazing that year.
Right.
And I was like, the Penguins lose, that'll be fine. Man, that puck dropped, and for one series, I did not like the Predators. And I think it was mostly because all my friends from here knew I was a Penguins fan and started in on the smack talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't smack talk me. I'm trying to root for both here. When you smack talk me now, I got to defend my team. So I think it would be tough. It would be tough to go for the Titans, but either way, whoever won it would be my team in the Super Bowl.
There you go. All right. That's a very good, if you run for office, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because Pittsburgh's my heart. Nashville's my home.
That's a good one.
And it's hard to put your home behind your
That's
heart.
your next song or your little tour coming
there
up.
we go.
Hey, man, we love you. Thank you. This is great. I've been on you for 6 months to get you down here.
We finally made it.
We finally made it.
Every time you text me, I'm in Chicago. I'm not going to make it.
And I'm like my undying love. I'm not quitting, and then I never quit. Appreciate you, man. Thank you and everything. You're always so gracious. We appreciate you. Chris Kirkpatrick with us here at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Back with Hour 3 coming up next, right after this on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the third hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Omni Nashville Hotel, right on 102.5 The Game. Many thanks to Ron Cook, who joined us earlier from the Quarterback Legends Club, the NFL, and then Chris Kirkpatrick, our good friend from NSYNC and Pittsburgh native. Good to walk down memory lane with them. Chase McCabe is on assignment today. He'll have a story coming up later next week on LinkedIn Cloud Storage. He's a speaker today. He's really good at that stuff. So Brando's behind the board, and Nick Frazier, Dr. Crantz with us today. Dr. Crantz, how are you?
Present. Fantastic. Got to listen to talk to one of the greatest of all time, Chris Kirkpatrick. I mean, that, holy cow.
You know, you can get your ass kicked by Eminem. Better watch out there with that.
Yeah, better watch out. You're right.
7473 says, reminder, Joe and Nick, after the show, come to St. Cecilia Academy. Today, they're playing Father Ryan in tennis.
Really?
Yep. St. Cecilia Academy taking on Father Ryan, 7473. Dale, thanks for the invite, buddy.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah, come out there today and see Father Ryan take on St. Cecilia.
That sounds fun.
It's a beautiful day. What do you got going on?
Got to take care of my fig trees.
Excuse me?
Fig trees.
Okay.
Yeah, you ever heard of those?
I have. I've eaten many a fig Newton.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, they come from that same family, yeah.
Same family.
It's just a dried up fig in a bar form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, we had Brady Skjei was on with us 12:15. The Nashville Predators rolling. Play Utah tomorrow night. Catch a game right here on 102.5 The Game with hopefully Chase's backroom is LinkedIn Cloud Storage meeting tomorrow night, right, to take on that team. It's fun to watch, and I'll give you credit. You've talked November about the Nashville Predators.
Thank you.
Don't count them out when everybody else did, and now look at them.
Well, again, you have to be optimistic about things, and if you're a Nashvilleian, you don't just go abandon your favorite team. I mean, Joe.
A lot of Titans fans have done that.
Well, I think it's a little different.
Right.
The front office was a little bit bleak in some aspects. Nobody saw a direction. With this Preds team, to me, I saw a direction from the front office all the way to the product on the ice. So if you can get a fan to buy in, that's what keeps them intrigued.
Remember trade day? Like, they're done. They're done. We've had guests on the show. They're done. I was like, I don't know about that. And look at it. But you know what? They got some of the guys they shipped off and brought the new guys up. And at some point, you have to give the prospects an opportunity.
Yeah, and what Brady Skjei said, he goes, we got rid of a few players that were a key part to our locker room. But to me, I look at that as a positive thing because you trim off some of the excess fat on the steak and you get to the real good stuff, which are the young players that have really flourished in this product.
That's a pretty good analogy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and you asked about the young guys, and he lit up on the phone. He's like, yeah.
Ryan Ufko,
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
So good. So they play Utah tomorrow night. They're at 84 points. Just keep winning, right?
Yeah.
Just keep winning and you're in.
I do have a good feeling about LA. They're going to at least drop one of these games coming up. I believe they play Edmonton. Edmonton coming off of an overtime loss last night to Utah, 6-5. That game was ridiculous. Just goals galore.
Off the chain?
Off the chain.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure what chain, but it was off of that chain.
Right.
So, no, they've just been playing really well lately. Utah, that is. I mean, Edmonton, they're just barely keeping their head above water. They're without Leon Draisaitl the rest of the season. They still got a decent power play with Nugent Hopkins and Connor McDavid, but minus that, I mean, we're just going to see I wouldn't say a depleted Edmonton team, but just a trying.
Who are they playing? LA.
Yeah, LA. Yeah.
Your exquisite knowledge. You're like a young Adam Vingan.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I'm not bald.
No, you could play Adam in the movie.
No.
Simply called Vingan. Right? And you play the young Adam starting out of whatever college he went to and then getting his starting his trek up to the world of hockey writing. And you.
Well, I mean, I'm not as intelligent as Adam Vingan, so I can't play the part.
What's acting?
Well,
I think you could do that.
I can't act like Adam Vingan.
Okay.
That takes skill.
Well, I'm going to throw you for the role.
I don't have that much skill.
I'm going to throw you
Speaking
for the
of
role.
titles, by the way, our question of the day has taken off.
It has. Our question today is we've talked about this last night today, is about with the pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini out in Arizona. I guess it was the coaches' meetings were going on, and the New York Post had all these pictures of them in some intimate settings. That's what their words were.
Mm-hmm.
Rossini says there wasn't other people around, and the New York Post provided a shot of them on top of a rooftop together, and there's nobody around for miles except for this photographer. So anyway, our question of the day is, what is the name of the Hallmark movie starring Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini?
I got two of them.
Okay.
I was sitting here. The Sedona Secret
Sedona, I like that. Now, 615-737-1025. Text in. We'll read all these. What's the name of the Hallmark movie that's to be released this fall with Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini? All right, Sedona Secret?
Or Snake Bit in Sedona.
Snake Bit in Sedona.
Yeah, rattlesnakes. Gotta
I
watch out for them.
get that. Thanks. Mine was Only Fools Russ In.
There you go.
That's stupid, but it's a play on words, right? So we had some ones earlier, which we'll read some of those again.
Great.
We're good. Hold on, I'll get to some of these.
You just call it the Arizona Cardinals playbook. Didn't really work out for him.
Oh, hello. 2104 says call their movie Coaches Challenge. Right? Eli, it's a love story, the Patriot way. Right? What's the speech he gave today? Not a lot of places like this in the world.
There's not a lot of places like Arizona.
Oh, God, there's some I can't read, but thank you. Joy from Gallatin, Sleepless in New England. 0388 from Super Bowl to bust. That is really good, man. Some earlier that we had on here, the Hallmark title. Mike and Liz Cass is a great one. What are you doing with your hands?
Oh,
Brando, do you know where that is? Could Brando find that on the board?
it's on my hockey, yeah.
Brando, do you know what that is on the hotkey? Vrabel talking to Joe Rex wrote about hands.
Yes, I can find that now.
All right, play that when you play. Let us know and then play if you don't mind. Stephen Clarksville had a yard too far. I mean, you guys are fantastic with all these. I'm trying to read. There's so many that have been coming in today. Can't read that one. Can't read that one. Can't read that one. Jack says, don't call me, I'll call you. Okay. Can't read that one. All right, we can make some of these. Oh, JD in Nashville thinks well, I can't read it, but the first one's like third base. Oops, wrong sport. Instead, it's called something else. I can't read that one. I really like my job, so and the boss man's not here today, so we're not going to do some of those. Keep those coming in there. 615-737-1025. Brandon, let us know when you get that hotkey, buddy.
I believe I have it. You can tell me whether for sure this is.
Well, when you play it, we'll see. That's one of them.
Close. No,
Close.
It should be on a different page, not mine. You have to scroll down a few
okay.
on ours.
Thought you said yours. My apologies.
There
are a few Vrabel ones here though that are very fitting.
Yeah. I had to make some room on my hotkeys page because there were a lot of other hotkeys to use. Try to update that as quick as possible, but it's tough to find.
They're all look.
But these questions are just rolling.
We'd like to read these, but you got to keep them at least PG. Our great audience, if you don't mind, they're just coming in. 615-737-1025. The 9064. The carpetbagger and his scribe, a forbidden love. Now that's very creative and very good on that. Joey in Nashville, sleeping with the sources.
Yes.
Dustin in Hopkinsville, the Vrabel special. Nevada Josh. The playbook. All right. I mean, I can't keep up with these, right? You guys are great. 615-737-1025. Right, to do these.
That was great.
What's your one? Snake Bitten Sedona?
Yeah, Snake Bitten Sedona, and the other one was something about Sedona. Secret in Sedona.
Yeah, I remember when he gave that speech up in New England. I mean, there were some people who were like, that was nothing. It was nothing. When Vrabel gave that speech in October 22nd, I remember the day because it was before my birthday, 2023, when he said there's not many places like this around. And you just knew. And then rumor has it that Amy didn't know he was going to do that. You think he should have informed her? I mean, who knows? I mean, that was all secondhand talk.
And that was all like in the moment type thing you'd say for, an introduction like that or going into the Hall of Fame of some sorts. That's an in the moment comment. People that took it out of context, like I guess you could say that way. And I'm with you, Joe. I think it was a little bit driven to be a jab at Amy. Again, that all came after the firing of John Robinson.
Right.
A lot of domino effects came into the factor of it. But to me, that was the icing on the cake is when they zoomed in on it was during one of the Titans' bye weeks, right?
Yes.
And they zoomed into Robert Kraft's box, and it had them sitting side by side,
yeah.
nudging shoulders,
Yeah, that's right.
smirking. And I'm thinking there is a lot of tampering going on right now. in that
Something
little
is
box.
happening right there. I'm informed that Brando, now this is set it up. This is Mike Vrabel going off on our Joe Rexrode, which we're not a fan of this, about Joe's hands. All right, Brando.
Could you imagine if Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini are in Arizona, Sedona, Arizona,
Right.
and Rex Road, Kaharski, a few other reporters just sitting poolside, and they just raise their hand, and you hear Vrabel across the pool go, "What are you doing with your hands?"
Right.
I mean, terrible joke. Should have kept it to myself.
That is a really bad joke.
It's terrible.
I was
It's
like, where are you
awful.
going with this?
We're not. It's not Friday yet. It's a bad joke.
Where are we going with
I
this?
don't know.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we'll take more of your suggestions coming in right here. And Nick's going to fire his joke writers. So,
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, did the process in your mind sound good when you were trying to get that out?
Yeah, it sounded okay, and then the elevator music started to kick in. I'm just thinking, yeah, this isn't great. Why am I saying this? There are a
God,
lot of things that I think about while I'm
Right.
talking. That's why I stutter a little bit. I'm like, I shouldn't say that.
That's
but I
okay.
am.
Adorable. My goodness.
Yeah.
Nick Frazier, are you available for parties to tell jokes?
I'm available for parties to cater, not
Right.
tell jokes.
Okay. There's, by the way, there's this guy on Instagram that it's really creepy. He hires impersonators for parties. Like he'll hire a Michael Jackson impersonator, and the guy will show up, and he'll be like, "It's only him." It's like
what?
Like he's like nobody around. He'll hire one. He'll hire a guy, and the audience is this guy. It is the funniest, creepiest, weirdest thing that you've seen out there.
That's just
man.
a waste of money.
You don't care,
Well,
right?
yeah.
If you're an impersonator, you get whether you're performing for 1 or 100. You don't care, right?
That's fair.
All right, Brando, I'll do that read right now. We come out of the break here. We're more at the Omni National Hotel right at 102.5 The Game. All right, hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, we spend a lot of time on our show. We like to have a great time, but at the end of the day, we care about you and men out there that you're struggling. Listen, I understand what you're going through, and the whole goal of our show is to make you feel better about yourself and understand how powerful you are. That's why we're so honored to partner with UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. If you need to go to therapy, the question I get so much is, I don't even know where to begin. I got you covered. Just go to UnityCares.com. Once you get to the page, every question you need answered is right there for you. They break it down all the way from A to Z, how to start, what to do, what you need to do, how to go about it. UnityCares.com is simply wonderful, getting you back to living the life that you absolutely deserve. They have telehealth. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential. Therapists are based right here in Middle Tennessee, not someplace across the country. They are friends and neighbors. And again, their main goal is to get you back living the life that you deserve. UnityCares.com. And this is also so important. If you have a loved one and you notice they're going through a few things here and there, sit down with them, talk with them together. Go to UnityCares.com and see what everything is laid out for you, what you need to do. I tell you all the time, going to therapy changed my life. And our world is so much better because you are here. I understand the dark days. I understand things that you go through. I understand all that. But therapy is here for you at UnityCares.com. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. That's the most beautiful part about Unity Cares. You don't have to go through any of this alone. They are there for you. Again, the website, UnityCares.com. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show live from the Omni National Hotel. Fun show today. Brady, Skjei, Ron Cook with the NFL Quarterback Legend Club, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC.
What are you on the 18th green of Augusta?
I think no, I'm trying to read this. The Texans picked up the 5th-year option on CJ Stroud today.
And Will Anderson.
And I get Will Anderson. I think CJ Stroud's done.
Yeah.
Those 2 games in the playoffs with the Steelers and the Patriots, you talk about seeing go. CJ Stroud was terrible in that game.
But again, I think they're forced into a situation like that. They have to pick up that 5th-year option, because if they don't, what message does that send to the fan base? What message does that send to the rest of the roster?
Yeah.
What message does that send to even the backup quarterbacks? Because again, they are kind of in the same boat as the Tennessee Titans when they had Will Levis as a rookie quarterback, and I wouldn't say forcing him, but definitely put too much on his plate as a captain. Remember, after his rookie year, had a pretty good couple of games. They put that C on his chest. And I even told you and Chase both. I said, that's a big mistake.
You did. I remember that.
You should not be doing that one bit. Same situation with CJ Stroud. Yeah, he had a good rookie season. Sophomore year wasn't as great. Drop off in the 3rd year.
But then they got rid of his offensive line.
Yeah.
That was not – even John McClain's like, we don't know what the hell they're doing down here in between bites of a hamburger. So
bag of chips.
But Will Anderson's a man. I mean, that defense, if they keep that – I just thought they would roll away with the defense. I didn't think Stroud would play that bad versus the Patriots in the playoffs to hurt them, and he did, and that was kind of the X factor. Had he been something decent, they'd have beaten the Patriots.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the Patriots, let's be honest, they just did enough to get the job done. Just enough.
Yeah, they're not going to be back.
No.
Because that schedule was the easiest in 2007 teams, and so I think they're light years ahead where they are. And the team's like, yeah, we see this now, but I think the Super Bowl revealed some problems with Drake May had a really bad game, but he was good.
And Will Campbell, to me, looking at Will Campbell as a left tackle for the New England Patriots, the big story that's going to cover up his flaws is that he has a partially torn knee or something
like that. Yeah.
So to me, that's just a cover up to what really is the issue.
Schedule comes out next month, right after the draft, mid-May. I would like to see the Titans play at home. Last year at Denver, I'd like to see them start that game at home. If they draft Love, preseason, I don't care, and they got a lot of momentum, feeling good, they're coming out, and the team feels good, I'd like to see Nissan, the last year of Nissan, I'd like to see the opening game here versus the Jags.
Ooh, yeah.
Out of the gate. Go right at him. Saleh hates Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen hates Saleh. Right out of the gate. Go after your biggest rival, have her here at home. I don't want to see that game week 18 because then one team's going to be out of it. I'd like to see Jacksonville first game here at home. What about you, buddy?
I mean, that's a fair look at it because back in the early 2000s, it was back and forth in the AFC Championship game, Jags versus the Titans. I wouldn't be opposed of seeing Houston and the Titans. That might be a good little matchup. I mean, again, we just talked about CJ Stroud and how bad he's been as a quarterback for them, but the ill will and just nasty combination of having the new uniforms that are Oilers oriented, how Houston Texans fans want that
I see that. That's a good one.
I could be all in for that. I think that would be a good little storyline, but minus those two in the division games, I mean, there are a few other ones that I'd like to see. Maybe
this is opening game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Opening game.
Keep it division. Yeah. I would probably go Jacksonville or Houston.
I don't know who their non-conference is. I don't remember what it was, but I'd like to see opening game versus Jacksonville. Because it was like that in 2008 when they beat Jacksonville to start the season. That was something. But have them at home, have the crowd go crazy, win that game, and you got Jacksonville already in a hole. They're 0-1. If you win that game and it feels good and everything that goes on. Last season at Nissan, there's going to be a lot of fanfare that goes on over there. But give them a home game. Let it be versus Jacksonville.
So right now the home games set for 2026 are Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, obviously, all in the division. But then you have Cleveland, New York Jets, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Washington.
So I can see NFL being cute. Let's bring the Jets down here because it's Saleh.
Yeah.
They played the Giants this year?
Let's see. Not at home, but away they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Away, their schedule is Vegas, Giants, Detroit, Dallas, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and then your division matchups.
Oh, another – I did not realize it was another Vegas game out in Vegas.
Yeah. So,
okay.
There you go.
Interesting. We had a fun trip last year out to Vegas.
Oh, that's
that was the game
right.
when Callahan got fired.
It was his last. You asked the last question.
I
of the
asked
press
the very
conference.
last question to Brian Callahan.
You know, that was an interesting press conference too. Didn't he get a
He-
little teary-eyed?
He knew he was done.
Yeah.
He knew he was done. The locker room felt like going into a morgue.
Mm.
They were like, "We're out of here. Let's go back home." I mean, it was a weird feeling in that locker room.
The weirdest you've ever seen.
Yeah, and even it was so bad. Even Buck Rising was crying in that locker room.
Really? Wow.
That's how bad it was.
What emotional.
Buck was
man he
really
is.
upset that his best friends had gotten their butt handled by the Las Vegas Raiders.
I've yet to meet him. He seems like a pleasant gentleman.
The Raiders?
Buck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Buck. Yeah, shout out to Buck. He got over it, though. That's okay, though. But that was, Callahan was done. And then remember who the next week was? Who came to town? Mr. Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was at that game. Had some friends from Boston come down.
Look at you, trend setter.
Thank you.
Yeah, right?
Saw a few people that day.
Yeah, my last question to Callahan was, it's my standard question. What's the fine line between mad and being frustrated? Because the effort was awful. You're frustrated at that, but you're mad that they were terrible. And, and Cam Ward fumbling the ball in the 5 in the end zone, Max Crosby absolutely abusing J.C. Latham in that game.
Good Lord.
I mean, it was bad. It was one of the worst performances we've ever seen out of a Titans football team.
That's one player I'd like to see huge improvement from this upcoming year.
Max Crosby?
No, not Max Crosby. J.C. Latham.
Yeah, JC's got to – that's what I said. He's got to play. If he can be that right tackle they've hoped and prayed for, huge on that edge. You're good to go after that.
I agree. I mean, looking at the left side of the line, though, Dan Moore Jr., just get through this season. See you later.
How do you get that bad? I mean, he was like – even last year, like, this is the worst signing in football.
They had Ali Udo as a rotating tackle, which was interesting. Serviceable, not your guy you want to depend on. Though.
Just really bad, right? I would load up and come after that way. No wonder Cam was running for his life.
That's why I'm excited for the draft this season, this upcoming month, is just because you can go in the 6th, 7th round, maybe even undrafted, and just find somebody that has the size and has somewhat of the intangibles where you can teach them.
Right.
Just let them be coachable.
Here's the problem. Why is that guy lasted to the 7th round and undrafted tackle? I mean, I don't have the analytics, but how many undrafted starting left tackles are in the National Football League?
I'm going to use a baseball reference from the movie Moneyball. You're going to be scoffing your eyes, I get
All right.
whatever. But it's finding certain qualities in players that you can use to your advantage. That's what I like most about the recruiting process and scouting players. I mean, I'm not no scout as a professional, but I like playing armchair GM because that's the cool thing about it. You find certain intangibles out of each player where you can puzzle piece them together, and that puzzle clicks. It sticks together.
What's the line again? Moneyball line you just used?
Just finding the certain qualities.
How about this? Can you play left tackle?
Well, I mean, yeah, Joe, you can keep it as basic as possible.
That's it. Look, what do we say all the time about football? It comes down to 2 things, right? Do you know what they are?
X's and O's,
No.
Jimmy's and Joe's.
No, blocking and tackling.
Okay.
Football's always been about blocking and tackling. That's it.
Cyclical.
I don't ride bicycles.
Well, it comes around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you get. Blocking and tackling. Can you play left tackle? Right? Either you can or you can't. We get so bogged down in all the stuff of like, oh, he can't do this, can't do that. So can you play left tackle? It's break time. Take it to break, buddy.
Yeah, well, we're right here on Chase McJoe's show, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll catch you on the other side right here on 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show. Celebrity birthdays coming away at 2:45 today. Chase McCabe off today. Dr. Crane in with me at the Omni National Hotel, and Brando back behind the board. A lot of response on the opening game. Kevin has a good one. Kevin says, I think the Jags are playing in Orlando this year due to stadium renovations in Jacksonville. Let the Titans open up Orlando, beat the Jags. Saleh can stomp on Cohen so I can see it in person. Well done. There you go, Kevin.
I believe that might be next year, Joe.
Okay. Hey, that's Kevin, not me, man.
Well, I hate to correct Kevin, but I believe that's next year.
When we talk about, we don't correct people, do we?
No,
No,
we
we don't.
appreciate their listenership.
A few others have talked, bring the Jets to town. It'd be great to see Saleh take on his former team. I don't want that. I want division game. I want the first game at home. I want Nissan Stadium. And if they draft Love, even more so, first game at home. You imagine him busting loose on an 85-yarder. And I say this because Chris Johnson did it when he started.
Yep.
Those opening games against the Texans and Jags. I was like, I've never seen anybody this fast in my entire life.
The breakaway speed once he got to the second level,
Good.
I'm like, holy cow.
It's like he started jogging.
That year they went, 13-3?
Yep.
Yeah.
They did.
Great
13-3. They
Thank
sure
you.
did. And it was great with Chris Johnson because there was the game in 2009 against the Cardinals. We had a breakaway in Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, who's just as fast
Yep.
as he was from TSU. They had this track meet down the sideline, and it was fascinating to watch these two guys, just burners. And then Chris did a little stutter step at the end and I imitated it right there, like stutter step, and got into the end zone. But I'd love to see it. I mean, you can imagine Love comes out,
Oh,
toss sweep, he goes 80 for touchdown.
fans would be love struck, man.
They won't have to use a wrecking ball in Nissan. It'll collapse on its own.
You're right. So if you're sitting in the third deck, I would recommend singing the lower bowl.
No.
Well, I don't want it to fall. I mean, you'd be
No, if I'm in the third deck, I'm falling on you in the first deck.
well. I don't.
You obviously didn't take engineering at Ryan.
Well, I'm not an engineer. My cousin is, and good for him. He's
Right.
graduating this spring. But I mean,
Congratulations. What's his
yeah,
name?
Christian. Yeah,
Christian.
good kid. Good kid.
What's his Italian name?
Cristiano.
Oh, I like that. Cristiano.
Proud of this.
What's
kid.
your
Mine? Nicolo.
what is it?
Nicolo.
We already have. She's already a sales girl.
That's Nicola. Nicolo.
Okay.
O is masculine.
Why don't you go by that?
I don't
That's
know.
pretty badass.
Yeah, a lot of my family, they call me Nicolo Lorenz. Like Lorenzo, Lorenz, short. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I can do that.
But
But
that's me.
You're a resident Catholic over at 102.5 The Game.
Resident Italian Catholic. That's correct.
I appreciate that. No, I do. But that's what I'd like to see, opening game. Now, watching the NFL give him 2 on the road at Jacksonville and at Houston.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, don't do that to us.
Okay.
Last year, they went on the road to Denver.
Yep.
Where was 24?
2024.
Where was that opening game? That was in Chicago.
That's right. Will Levis is just absolute
The flip
catastrophe.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've had 2 years. You've been on the road, NFL, and I know Goodell listens. Put him at home now.
And honestly, I could see them being at home this season and next season because, one, you want to kind of give the fans that have been Titans fans since when they came to Nashville a little bit something to, go home about.
Right.
This is a good way to close things out. Start the season at Nissan, end the season with Nissan, the first and last game of the season.
Wasn't 23 on the road, too, at New Orleans?
Yeah.
I think 23 was on the – because then they came back and the Chargers came here the next week and they lost.
Fantastic memory. Yeah, 23 was in New Orleans.
Yeah. So you've had 3 straight years you started on the road.
Yeah.
Hey, give me Jim Wyatt's number real quick. Let's call him Jim. Hey,
Jim.
Jim, go do us a favor, man. Put this in at the league office to do that. So you had 3 straight years on the road. You would think, all right, now we give them a home game.
Yeah.
So they're getting a home game.
I'm all about it. And again, I'll probably be there. I don't know if you'll be there, but I'll be there.
I'm busy.
You're always busy.
I got things going on.
He can never make time for his coworkers.
No, I don't. Unless you bring pizza, then I'm there.
Yeah, that's true.
So are you on board? So are you on board with the Jets, the Jags, or the Texans opening game?
I'm on board for the Jags and the Texans. I'm not on board for the Jets.
Okay.
I know Saleh was a former coach there, whatever, but a lot of those players that have been with him along with himself, I don't think they want to really relive that a little bit.
What the Jets here 2 years ago with Rodgers? They beat.
Yeah.
And that was the Titans had beaten Rodgers in the first half. They couldn't get in and then Levis had that scoop to Tajay Spears, which was another dumb play that he had,
Yeah.
and it gave the Jets life. And then Rodgers came out in the second half and just bing, bing, bing down the field.
Once again, Tim Hasselback's right. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still one of the best 32 quarterbacks in the
Well,
league.
he was 2 years ago. He was checked out of the game in Nissan. For those Titans fans, remember, he was checked out in game 2.
Yeah.
And then he got it together and then rallied back. But again, I want the Jags here opening week. And if that's the opening game, we're going to flag this segment, I will be uncontrollable with my attitude on the air.
You're already uncontrollable.
That is very rude.
Oh, it's
Very condescending.
no. It's a nice thing to say. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
I know you
this.
wouldn't do that. All right, that's great. You know what's up next?
What is up next? Is it what I think it is? America's
is.
favorite game?
Uh-huh.
We don't waste any time.
You
with
take
this
it, brother.
segment. Yeah, next is coming up is America's favorite game, celebrity birthdays, and what day is it? Right here on the Chase McJoe Show, 102.5 The Game. Back here on 125 The Game, Chase and Big Joe Show. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier alongside Big Joe Dubin, Brandon Bigsby back at the Busy Bee Studios. Hey, join 125 The Game and catch the biggest golf tournament of the year at 5 Iron Golf, located 202 21st Avenue South in Nashville. 125 The Game will be broadcasting all day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow and Friday. Stop in and enjoy great food, golf prizes, and more with fellow fans from start to finish. Don't miss it, only at 5 Iron Golf. Joe, coming back from the break, that return just cracks me up every time. Are we going to follow through on this?
What is this?
Olympic sport, train for something here?
Well, no, because Chase won't do it. I'm just asking him to get a pole vault and run 20 yards down.
Don't we have a
And stick it in the
5K
ground.
coming up at the end of this month, right?
We have the rock and roll marathon. We're
That's
doing
right.
it for the 5K. I mean, 5K in air quotes.
Yeah.
We're going to walk.
Well, it's a
Walk it.
cakewalk, man. Isn't it like less than 5K?
You ever seen Chase walk half a mile? I don't think he can stand up.
Yes, he can. He's got the Brooks, man. He's got the good
He's
shoes.
got size 37 feet. Right? I mean, the guy's like boats.
You don't say about big feet, Joe.
Those big socks.
Big shoes, big brain, baby.
That's right. All right. It's whatever. What do we do now? Brando, hit it, buddy.
America's favorite game, celebrity birthdays.
You know what theme this TV?
Magnum PI.
Okay.
Come
Making sure.
on, man. What am I, 5?
I don't know. Are you?
Well, after I say this one, it might be.
Oh, God.
Today is National Dog Farting Awareness Day, so make sure you're
Pardon me?
Dog Farting Awareness Day. Yeah. So make sure your pets are taken care of. Don't feed them cheese or milk if they're lactose intolerant. Draw a picture of a bird day.
What, would you feed your dog milk?
Sort of. Fettuccine. Fettuccine. I got some dogs that, used to fed them fettuccine. All
Well,
the time.
the used to part needs to be important right there for us.
Well, they passed away. They were 15, man.
Okay.
Old
All
dogs. Lived a good life. Draw a picture of a bird day. International.
Oh, I can draw one for you right here. Done.
International Day of Pink. International. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Hopefully I pronounced this right. International Feng Shui Awareness Day. Feng Shui.
Feng Shui.
Yeah, I mean, we're just having a rough day
That's
today.
okay. Feng Shui. Was it Feng Shui? Feng Shui.
I thought it's Feng Shui.
I don't know.
Whatever. International Romani Day. Looks like, never mind. National All Is Ours Day. National Dog Fighting Awareness Day.
Is that? Oh, that's part of dog farting.
Yeah, maybe
That's leads into dog fighting.
they get scared. Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. Be very aware of that. National Empanada Day. It's like that's celebrated multiple.
Hey, Dale, the empanadas, they're sweating. Let's go.
Step into
Brothers.
the Spotlight Day. Trading Cards for Grown-Ups Day. We had on Rob Cook earlier.
Ron
Sorry, Ron. Excuse
Ron
me.
Cook.
Ron
Gave
Cook.
us trading cards.
Yeah. Got them right here.
Yep.
There you go. Zoo Lovers Day, and that is all we got. I told our number one fan here to take somebody to the zoo today. He
Yep.
said no.
That's right. Maybe it's a zoo every day. By the way, we have a real sports show coming up at 3, right?
Yep.
DVD.
You got that right.
They'll talk a lot
Break
of
all the
sports.
Pred stuff down.
Yeah, they'll get you. That real sports show. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Brando taking place of Chase today, and Nick Frazier's here. All right, so Brando, we're going to start with you, buddy. You ready?
I am ready to roll.
Brando, you want to be a sportscaster. One of the best sportscasters of all time is Jim Lampley. Today's his birthday. You probably never heard of him, but you should. How old is Jim Lampley?
Let's go 89.
84.
76. Dr. Crane, how old is one of the greatest defensive linemen in my mind of all time, former Buffalo Bill player, Fred Smerlas.
Ooh, Fred.
He's built like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, I'm going to go 72.
79.
69. Brando, one of my favorite NBA players, Terry Porter. Today's his birthday. Terry Porter.
61.
65.
63. That's a push in the middle. Dr. Crane, how old is baseball player Alex Gonzalez, played with the Toronto Blue Jays?
49.
53.
53 exactly.
Ooh.
Brando's up 2-0. Brando, how old is former Mariner pitcher Felix Hernandez?
42.
48.
40. Brando's up 3-0. Cruising. Dr. Crane, how old is Cowboys receiver CeeDee Lamb?
28.
25.
27. Brando's on the board. Nick's on the board. 3-1. Brando, how old is she played the worst villain ever in movies. She was Ginny from Forrest Gump. She broke Forrest's heart. She's the worst. Robin Wright. How old is Robin Wright today?
54.
62.
60. It's now 3-2. She was also married to Sean Penn for a while. Dr. Crane, how old is it'd be great if I wrote the birthday down. Patricia Arquette.
What was she in?
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Patricia is.
She played a psychic in something.
Okay. Patricia is 58.
62.
58 exactly.
Let's go.
Dr. Crane's up 4-3. Brando, how old is actor Taylor Kitsch? He was in Friday Night Lights, the TV version.
55.
52.
45. All right, speed round. It's now Nick's up 4-3. Nick, you ready to go with this?
Let's
Speed
do
round.
this.
All right, here we go. How old is the original Mouseketeer, Darlene Gillespie?
81.
84.
85. Oh, man, we're tied at 4. Brando, Peggy Lennon of the Lennon Sisters.
79.
77.
85. Dr. Crane, guitar player Steve Howe of Yes and Asia. Fantastic guitar player.
67.
64.
79. Brando, how old is singer-actor John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard?
65.
71.
66. Brando's up 5-4. Whoa, this is good. Dr. Crane, how old is guitar player Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses?
66.
63.
64. Brando is pulling away. He's up 6-4. Brando, how old is singer Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son?
42.
39.
63. The last one. Here we go. He played Hank in Breaking Bad. Actor Dean Norris. This is for the tie. You're down 6-4, Nick. Actor Dean Norris.
47.
59.
Dean Norris is 63. With that, Brando wins 6-4.
Well done.
I mean, you're Brando, good job. Nick, you were very close to being sent down to the AA. I mean, you haven't won in a long time.
I'm like the Golden State Warriors of the celebrity birthdays. I take a good lead.
They win many titles. You've won nothing.
No, but they're known for blowing the 3-1 lead.
Oh, okay. They've also known for winning NBA titles, many titles. You haven't won since Flipper was a minnow.
Yeah. Well,
that is a generational joke that'll hit you on the way home. Tell your parents about that one. They'll laugh.
They'll probably be thinking, what?
That's right. They will. Appreciate you, brother. Love you, man. Good job again today. Thank you as well. Chase me back tomorrow. Fun show tomorrow over at 5 Iron Golf Club tomorrow over off West End or off 8th Avenue or somewhere. Be a lot of fun tomorrow.
Do you own golf clubs?
I do.
You going to bring some?
I am not because I'm not a very good golfer.
That's all right. Bring
Appreciate
a 5
you.
iron.
Brando, thanks for the hard work today, man. Appreciate you. As we leave our message every show, every day to our guys out there, if you are struggling, I tell you all the time, go to therapy. Know how much you are loved. Know how much you are valued. Know how many people absolutely think the world of you when you walk into a room. You make them smile. If you're not there, they think about you. You make them smile. There are people who love you in this world, and we need you here. We tell you all the time how much we love you, and I want you to know, more importantly, more than anything else in the world, how much God loves you. You're beautiful. See you tomorrow. DVD's next.